So New Orleans is known as a place for its culinary creativity and just like its food abundance. But in reality, there are a number of areas in New Orleans that, suffer from food inaccess and from food insecurity.
I consider the neighborhood I live in a food desert because there's nothing good to eat. We have like 12 different fast food restaurants like in our block.
There is a definite need for providing culturally relevant foods to people, and there is still a need for increased food access. This city, as beautiful and inspiring and rich and creative as it is, still has food deserts. And it is unfortunate that some of the young adults who are in our programs live in those areas.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You good? Delicious? Tell me.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my baby.
Five years ago, as I was getting my master's in public health, I made a decision that I wanted to have a better lifestyle for myself and for my son at the time. And it wasn't a goal of mine to start it as a business, but I saw where the need was.
And so we created Clean Course, where there's 3 tiers of service here. Of course, the flagship, where you can come in every day, you can get something hot made to order, or you can meal prep. You can subscribe to a weekly or monthly plan. It takes natives like us to believe in the community and to know we come from here. We know what we want. We know what we deserve, just like anybody in the city. And so that's kind of like our driving force to putting Clean Course in places like this.
We're able to really show this community what healthy food feels like, tastes like, and it's right around the corner.
I think it is very important that we discuss healthy food access. I think especially in the school setting, we have seen that if we can implement those changes with school meals where it's higher food quality standards, there's local procurement, and that the kids can get engaged, it's an opportunity for social emotional learning and mindfulness.
So Propeller has played a unique role in the healthy school foods movement. One of the reasons we decided to focus on school food is because we knew that for many kids, school lunch, breakfast, and snack made up over half of the calories in their daily caloric intake. And so if we could influence a big chunk of what they were eating, we believe that that would have an incredible impact in terms of children's health. One of the evaluation programs that the Kellogg Foundation funded at Propeller was the largest plate waste study of its kind in the entire country, where researchers came in and weighed before and after every school lunch plate to find out what were kids actually consuming. And food vendors were able to change their menus based on the research that we were able to get from those studies.
How can we really systemize or make part of the policies and the heartbeat of Head Starts and early care centers having fresh, healthy food? So we're working on also our farm to institution, trying to get fresh, healthy food into these larger institutions so that while they are feeding people, they're also kind of feeding the economy.
So essentially, the food service management companies had to improve their food quality. They had to procure at least 5% local. They had to use all whole grains, no trans fats, whole cuts of meat. By the next school year, the menus look completely different.
We're not as connected to our food sources as we used to be. A lot of those practices are lost, right? So part of what we're doing here is we're understanding our relationship to the land. And in understanding that relationship to the land and the history behind it, the production of food takes on like a whole new meaning.
I don't say I'm a youth leader. I don't say I'm an assistant crew leader. I always say I'm a farmer to start off, because this is the groundwork. So like being here, and like being able to like learn these skills and be like, okay, I'm gonna like start planning food in like my backyard at home, and like I'm this person in my neighborhood and in my family who's like taking control of like what we're consuming and like what we're putting in our bodies.
I think Grow That exposes you to like those ideas and like have you critically think about ways that you can make an impact on a community. And that's what made me want to be a sociology major, because I want to go out in a community, I want to help people, and I want to eventually start my own nonprofit.
My hope is that their voices are regarded with as much power and force and confidence as those of people who hold positions of power, right, in the city. My hope is that they are resourced. My hope is that their needs are provided for. It is very difficult for a hungry stomach to do the other work that is necessary to create change.